Welcome to the Abarca After Hours with lovely ladies. We are live on Instagram. We're also pre-recording on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. Few announcements before I introduce the beautiful ladies on the panel. We have online coaching and personal training available now. We have some open slots right now. Please reach out to me through email or Instagram. It's connected on my YouTube channel. They do call me the booty doctor, so if you guys need a booty, hit me up, okay? I do specialize in fat loss as well. But guys, this is the first podcast in the Northeast around the New Jersey and New York City area to have an after-hour show with lovely ladies every single fucking week. Joe, roll the intro. Ladies, please introduce yourself. State your name, age, what you do for a living, and dating status. Okay, why don't we start off over here, and then we will go counterclockwise.
Okay. My name is Milda. I am 27 years old. I do accounts receivable, very boring, and I am single at the moment.
My turn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Ariani. I'm a medical assistant, and it's complicated.
Complicated.
It's complicated.
Those are the interesting ones.
So guys, does that mean like is it like a sugar daddy?
No.
Is it like a situationship? Is
There
it
you go.
is a situationship?
It's a situationship. Hate
So
those.
he didn't wife you up yet.
No.
Okay. But you guys are just going out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I feel you. All right.
Got those sad puppy eyes.
Been there, done that. All right. Ladies, first question on the panel. I really want to find out who you guys are, what your foundations are, and then we could capitalize on that. So what I want to know first is describe your ideal man. If the guy's perfect,
Damn.
okay, please give this perfect man 3 top traits that he definitely fucking needs. Why don't we start with Ariani and then we could go clockwise.
Okay, I think number first, he has to be really sweet and romantic.
Okay.
Yes.
So a softie.
Yes.
I like that.
But,
Okay.
but I like jealous too. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
those are traits. He could be a softie, but he could be jealous. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 2. What about the third?
His future. If where does he see himself in the future? Like,
So he has to be ambitious. He needs to
Yeah.
have some type of future plan.
like goals, yeah. Not even like plans, because not everybody has a plan, but like at least a goal that you know like you have to reach, and then like make it together.
Got it. And you as the girlfriend or the future wife, like you would be helping him achieve this goal.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I love that. What about you, Milda?
So he does not have to be perfect because I don't look for that. But my number one is very adventurous because I'm a very adventurous person. I love to travel, do crazy things.
So adventurous, just to elaborate, just for the guys in the panel out there, because now they know that you're single. Okay, they're gonna be sliding into the DMs. You know what I'm saying? So adventurous, just to cross off on the list, the checklist. Adventurous. He needs to be, a traveler. What
Yes.
else does adventurous mean?
Outgoing, loves to bungee jump, skydives,
Goddamn.
Six Flags, all that type of shit.
shit, okay.
That's what I'm into.
All right. What about the other 2 traits?
The other 2 traits is very understanding, as in communication. That is a big factor for me. And the first one I would say is companionship.
Elaborate. What do you mean by that?
To me, it's like if we're not a team, then why are we in a relationship? Because I've been in many relationships where it's a very one-sided thing. So companionship can be goal-oriented with our future of getting anything we want. but also communication within working in the relationship.
Okay, so let me capitalize on that. So you want companionship. I'm assuming you're insinuating that you want to be kind of tackling the same goal.
Right.
Okay. What if you're in a relationship and he has one goal, you have another goal? What happens then?
Well, there's nothing wrong with that as long as we meet together and go forward, because I know things can we could always bump heads, but as long as we're doing it together, we're sitting down, be like, hey, babe, like, let's do this, let's do that. Or what do you think about this and that? And we work it out together because that's the only way we can move forward in a relationship.
I like that. Cool. I have a question here on Instagram Live because we are fucking live right now. And I really like this question. It's coming from my bud. Ladies, if you had to choose what's important in your male partner, there's only two options. Finances or looks. What would it have to be? Milda, why don't you start first?
Finances.
Finances. Why don't you elaborate? Why?
I don't give a fuck about looks. I don't. What is looks gonna get you or get me? Okay, got a sexy man next to me. I've been and done that. That just gives me trouble.
Okay, so a man who's successful but then looks like my foot, you're okay with that?
I am okay with that.
Okay. So, I mean, like, let's tackle that a little bit more. Like, what's going to happen if you end up wanting to procreate with this man and you can't even, like, get in the mood to procreate?
You know what they say? I'd rather cry in a Bugatti than a Honda. That's me.
Period.
That's a fucking good answer. I fucking love that.
You're still gonna cry.
I love that. All right. Ariane, what about you? You cannot...
Same man.
You cannot... You could say the same answer, but you can't give the same reasoning. Okay.
It's just that, I don't know. I don't think I have either or. Like, I wouldn't care about how he looks, and I wouldn't care if he has money or doesn't have money. So I don't know which one I will prefer.
All right. So let me elaborate on that. So you're saying that you would be in a committed relationship with an ugly broke guy.
But it's because I feel like broke, you can fix that. Like, a guy can be broke and then the next day could be a millionaire.
Not all the time.
Well, yeah, that's true
Because
too.
niggas like to be bums, bitches too. But if you can't crack in their head, they
Well,
never
yeah,
gonna
that's
get
true.
forward.
That's an amazing segue. Like, and I still want to get a clear answer from you, but I think women, to a certain extent, it's okay. I don't want to say to be a bum. It's not okay for a woman to be a bum, but I think a woman it's okay for her to just reach a certain cap. She still needs to be an adult, have a job. I don't expect her to be at home high all the time, rolling a fucking blunt, waiting for her guy to fucking come home and then fucking, laying the money down and bring the bread home. You know what I'm saying? But then again, like, I'd be pissed if my gorgeous, future wife is fucking rolling up a blunt after I work 17-hour days. You know what I'm saying? However, if she's working maybe part-time and still kind of doing something, just look bit.
I'm like, come on now.
Just look busy when I get home.
At least clean the house.
Yeah, just look busy when I get home. Like that would be amazing. You know what I'm saying? But just to elaborate, Ariane, I really have to press. If you really need to, like, choose one, I need you to choose one.
I'll choose finance.
Finances, okay. That's great. That's perfect. You know why I think women end up choosing finances most of the time? Especially after a certain age. They end up worrying about, their future with this man. Like, the future is very, very important, and they need to have that future secure. They need that security. At the end of the day, period, end of story. Would you disagree or agree?
I definitely agree with you.
Agree.
Yeah.
And only because, for me, I'm very independent. And so I can't be with a guy that is not looking forward to, like, okay, what's the next move or hustle? Like, I'm a very, like, I like to hustle. I like to make my own money. And I like to find new ways to make money. And that's why I say, like, I need a man who I rather have finances where it's like, okay, let's put down money on this business or let's get houses, like all this shit, you know? Like
let me push back on that. You just said you're independent, but then you want a successful man. How
he
would
doesn't
that,
have to be successful though.
okay, a successful man would equal someone who has money, right?
Okay.
Okay, so that being said, if we could agree on that, someone who has finances, aka successful, at least for a man, that's what success is. So at the end of the day, if they end up wifing up someone who's independent, why would a man who is successful in finances want a girl who's independent?
It's a good question.
I'm a phenomenal host,
but
that's why.
I do find more men like being with a girl who's independent only because they know that this girl is not going to be in the house doing nothing, at least for my experience. And so I feel like a man who has more finances than a girl or vice versa, they'd rather have someone who's independent. Like, okay, I'm not making as much money as you, but I know I'm getting mines, you know? So it's like, I'd rather not date a guy who's not like, don't want to do nothing or like not looking for the next hustle, like not looking for the next, yo, what can we do as a business and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess I'll marry someone who's a little richer than me.
What do you think about that, Ariani? Do you have any comments on a man who's successful preferring someone who's dependent instead of independent?
Good question. I feel like men do like independent women. Because, like, I feel like men, like, they go after what they can have. So, like, women independent, like, they don't really need a man. So, like, a man wants to be needed. So, sometimes, like, it goes, like, both ways. Like, sometimes they want an independent or a dependent woman. But I go, like, for guys that go, like, want an independent woman. Because the same thing as she said, like, you want to grow together. You want to make stuff together. You want to look at the future. You want to buy houses, cars, all of that.
So if a man's already successful and already is accomplished, why would that type of man need a woman who is all about that grind, is independent, if he's already kind of being the bread?
So why would he
breadcrumb.
want someone who has everything?
Maybe because he wants a woman that's at his same level.
Do you think women end up dating up or down?
I think it's always up.
It's always up, right? And do you think a man ends up dating up or down?
They definitely date more down.
Yeah.
So then that being said, you know, why would a guy want to find an equal?
But that's what I'm trying to say. Why would you want to date the same equal? Like, where's the spark? For me, that's what it is. Where's the spark? Where is, like, okay, where can we go next?
I think a man who's successful ends up being, you know, financially stable. They search for someone who, at the end of the day, every man wants to be the woman's superhero. They want to be, you know, someone who is looked up to. You know, if a girl can't, like, reach, you know, the light to, like, change the bulb, it's like, yo, papi, yo, daddy, come here. And I'm like, yo, I got you, girl. And then I'm in my step ladder, my thug ladder, and I'm switching the bulb. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a superhero.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
And it's definitely the same with finances. Like, I know, well, for some men, because I've seen men, though, they have money, but they act so broke. But there is men that would rather, you know, take care of the girl, even if she got it or don't got it. He wants to be the provider.
Yeah, I think that's a man's job, you know, providing security and providing protection. You know?
All of them are like that?
Not all of them, but, like, then that means that, you know, you're looking at or dating guys who are losers and who are not up there yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think just because girls end up dating up, they should be looking for the top tier men instead of looking for the lower tier men who are still chasing for that, you know, for that come up and still working at fucking, I don't know, CVS. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then these guys are still trying to act like they're tough, but they're really not.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. I know.
A lot of good questions. All right, let's see. Let's interact with our audience here. Jesus Christ. Shit, where do I start? Ladies, if you had to choose. Oh no, we already did that. Ladies, what do you drink? What do you drink or eat after sex?
I'm the type to cook. I get hungry as fuck.
All right,
We'll cook some pancakes
so now we know that Milda ends up whipping it in the kitchen. What about you, Ariani?
I've never cooked after sex.
No.
Should try it. It means you're not burning enough calories.
Sheesh.
Yeah, okay.
Damn.
Next time.
Oh, you know, that's something I was gonna say. I think a girl who ends up, or a woman who ends up being independent and makes her own money, that money ends up being her money, regardless of whether she has a kid with this guy or not. And then a man ends up making money to provide for the family or for the girl. Would you agree or disagree?
I agree.
I agree.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
Yo, that's
I mean,
facts.
jokingly, I do say that like his money is my money, but like I'm way too dependent. Be like, babe, like that's yours. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was a good question. Who was that, Michelle?
That was your boy, DRKISHS.
Oh, I fucked that guy. I like him. Smart guy.
And then the other one is, ladies, do you expect the man to buy Plan B after the hookup?
Oh shit, that's a good question.
Yes.
So does a man end up buying Plan B for the woman after a one night stand? Milda, why don't you start?
I mean, if y'all went raw and y'all not especially if y'all not together, yes, he must get the Plan B.
He must.
Yes.
But we're in 2023. What about the whole feminism, 50-50
Fuck that shit.
equality?
I'm trying to have babies
No?
right now.
Y'all for facts. All right. What about you, Ariani?
I think, yeah, he should buy it because it's his fault.
Why is his fault?
Because he came inside, not you.
Oh shit.
Could have just pull out.
The pull-out
Well,
method.
that game is weak.
Even with the pullout, I still be on like,
Yeah.
Especially when she on time. Yo, get up. Nope.
God dang. Michelle, any other more questions?
no, that's basically.
That's pretty all right. Next question, guys. That was a good segment for the first question. What's your favorite body part on a man? And you can't say penis.
Beard.
The beard. All right. So what type of beard do you like? Do you like trim beard? Do you like a 5 o'clock shadow? Do you like a, like a Habibi beard?
Not Habibi. Not too down here, but like a little, I can scratch it.
Right. And then like the leg could just.
Yeah.
What about you, Ariani?
I think the chest.
Mm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Chest hair. All right. So with the beard, is it true that women usually like the beard just because the man ends up looking older?
I think it just makes them look like a gentleman, like fierce. I don't know. Like it just makes them look whole.
Ariani, what about you? So what if a man's chest is like shaved? Like, is that like a no-no for you? Like, you think that's some pussy
Yeah.
shit?
No, I mean, because, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I like trimmed. I don't like it.
Trimmed and not too
But I
hairy?
like hairy.
I've never been with a guy that is too hairy either. It's like normal.
Oh,
So,
I have.
like,
This is the no for me. Either bald or trimmed. That's it. It ain't gonna.
No, not too
I'm
long
like,
either.
babe, ¿qué pasa? Fucking twirling that shit.
All right, cool. That's cool. All right, so I have a really good question here, guys. And this is a very popular question with all my after hours show. What's worse? Damn, my girl must show already. Laughing.
boy.
Girl, can you not give it away?
She knows.
God damn. So what's worse, a man cheating or a woman cheating? Why don't we start with Milda? She looked like she already had the answer right there.
A man cheating.
A man cheating.
Most definitely.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, why don't you back that up? Why?
I hate when people say, "Oh, men only do it just to put their dick in a hole." I think that's fucking false. I think they actually like the girl. They want to be with her, but they can't because they got a girl. So they fucking her on the low, and that's pretty much it until they get caught. And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna end up with the girl that they cheated on with after they break up with the girl. For a girl, it's like yeah, they're cheating because like their man is either not giving them attention, not giving them enough sex. There's always a validation of why she's cheating. I think, yes, maybe there's some that's cheating, like feeling wise, but I think no. I think men is just worse.
What about you, Ariane?
I agree. I agree. What she said, like, I feel like women cheat because the guy gave her a reason to do it. So, like, I feel like in relationships, the guy always cheats first. Yes. Always. Because I feel like, I don't know if they get bored, they don't like you anymore, but it's just they always cheat first.
That's a good point. You know, arguably, I just being, devil's advocate. I mean, I could imagine a guy cheating first, but I think a guy ends up. You ever heard the term of like thinking with our dicks? Mm-hmm. Okay, so whenever we think with our dicks, and again, like guys, like this is years ago. Like this is when I was a fuckboy in college. I'm a man of God now. I read the Bible every weekend. I don't do this anymore, but but listen, like men end up having this attraction to women, and it's almost like an instinct. Like, let's say you could be with a dime, you could love your girl, you'll take a bullet for her, but if a girl who has assets that you're attracted to just passes by, it's like we can't control it. We just end up just looking that way with our with our eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't like turn. Some losers, they end up just making it obvious. But like if you're discreet about it and you're a G about it, like you'll just end up like kind of looking that way, and then that's it. You just carry on. But it's almost like an instinct. You know what I'm saying? So like our job animalistically as a man is to procreate. Even from like from the beginning of time, kings, people with status, they had multiple wives, but they had multiple sex partners, but they had one wife. Right. That queen, and then they would just have, those like. But
that's the thing.
Those thoughts on the side.
Whatever woman gives the attention to the man, they're there.
Mm-hmm. And arguably, I think 9 times out of 10. Women are. Would you agree women are emotional?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So would you agree that women act on emotion?
Yes.
No.
I do.
All right. No. Milda, you must be like just an exception to the rule. But, 9 times out of 10, a woman really just react to, act on emotion. Like they end up feeling something. They're like, you know what? Fuck this nigga. And then they end up just, having a girls' night out. And the next thing you know, you're with fucking Brad. You know what I'm saying? So, but like at the end of the day, like I think women are just like, more emotional, and men end up just doing it just because, like they have. Sometimes they get bored. You know what I'm saying? But there's a thing. There's a thing. A man. There's a thing. A man ends up, let's say, still willing to die for their wife, but just still have sex with another girl.
Why?
And because we are emotionless with sex.
No,
it doesn't matter. You think it like for us guys, it's like spiritual, and then we feel like our Aquarius sign with our Scorpio sign mixing, and they end up doing a little twirl. But it's not really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we just have sex. It's like exercise.
I hate Scorpios.
Me too.
You know, we end up having just like sex with them, and then
Yo.
it's like, all right, like that's it, cool. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
High five, and that's it.
So let's dive in a little bit deeper.
Let's do it.
I hate this topic because it's always a disagree to agree. Only because when it comes to like friends with benefits, men is always saying, "Oh, the woman is always getting attached." No, I've had multiple friends with benefits, and I've never got attached, and it will go on for years. And they end up getting attached, and I'm like, "What the fuck is you doing?" Now I gotta peace out, because like, what the fuck? So it's like men can be emotional and very attached as well, and I feel like they do it first than women.
You know, that's a good point. But wouldn't you argue that a man, because at the end of the day, a girl's goal is to get wifed up. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not just for dick. Because you guys
could be for dick
no,
only.
no. A girl could get dick anywhere. You guys go to you guys go to down the street, River Road, Kennedy Boulevard, or whatever. You ask a guy, yo, like you were trying to get it in. 10 out of 10 men will say yes. You guys are very beautiful, okay? But a man ends up asking a girl, we have a charge,
I got standards and shit.
okay? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, a girl is it's very, very easy for a woman to end up getting sex, and a man, it's very, very tough for us to get sex. You know what I'm saying? So to capitalize on that, a man is going to we have a question, Michelle?
Yeah, you guys have a couple, but whenever you're
Yeah. All right. I think a man ends up having, you know, the limitations of, you know, being limited to one girl. So that's why, and since sex is very, very physical for a man, we end up just getting bored. Women, they just need that emotional attachment. Wouldn't you agree?
No,
No?
I just don't agree. Like, and then on top of that, it's like a man has everything with this woman. Why cheat?
Exactly.
Why getting bored? Like if they, because I've seen, okay, it has happened to me, and it has happened, and I've seen it. I've seen men do it to women, and it's like they'll brag like, oh my gosh, she got good pussy. She works really hard.
Right, but at the end
all
of the day, a
this.
man, listen, I think this is the issue, especially nowadays with 2023, and I'm not speaking specifically to you, because you know you might be different, etc. You know, you might be an exception, but I think a woman ends up confusing the fact that a man only wants you for sex and a man wants you to get wifed up as a wifey, as a relationship. Just because a man is attached to that pussy, that does not mean he's gonna wife you up.
I agree. I think that's true. But I feel like a woman knows when a guy just wants you for pussy.
Exactly.
or
And then in that
wife you up.
scenario, a woman's just going to keep him around just for dick.
Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
you don't get attached. Like,
And then at the end of the day, they end up being single. You know what I'm saying? So like, and again, that's not a jab to you. You know, you might have a guy that you don't want to put on the spot out there, etc.
I don't give a fuck about these niggas.
But at the end of the day, listen, like I think that's a very confusing point. Like, woman, just because you have all this affirmation, let's say on social media, or you have all this attention at work or at the gym, you guys think that you guys have options, but you guys don't have options. You guys have options for dick, but not a relationship. At the end of the day, a woman ends up winning with a relationship or marriage. A man ends up winning by building his value and creating an empire and becoming successful.
Somebody wrote in the comments that immature men act out on emotion.
Yeah, and that's a brokey simp.
Most definitely.
That's a brokey simp.
that's
That's a brokey simp. I don't know if he's calling himself that. I'm sorry, bro, but it is what it is, dog. It is what it is. Michelle, I'm scrolling through. Is there any questions before we?
Yes, there is. It says if it's the man's fault for coming inside, then who gave that man permission to come inside in the first place? Better yet, who gave him permission to go raw in the first place?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
So he's coming in.
Ariane, what,
Damn.
do you have any comments on
Is
that?
this like the same guy?
This is the same guy, but there's different others.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to validate
He got hurt.
something.
He got hurt. No, I'm joking.
Not her on the plan B.
Word.
If you don't want to buy it, that's okay.
Imagine he has like 3.
Just say you broke. It's all right,
Just say you're
Papo.
broke. It's okay.
No. Don't
Just
fuck with
say
my
you
boy
want the
like that. Don't
kid.
fuck with my boy like that.
Either you broke or you want the kid. Which one? Because
Let's see it.
Well, I mean, all right. So I don't remember. I think it was you. You ended up like doing the body language of, you know, he's saying, "Yo, I'm about to come," and you still riding, and you still, you know what I'm saying? Like, wouldn't that be your fault? Just just throwing it out
that's
there.
100% my fault.
Yeah. So then you testing the
tryna-
homie. So then, if anything, again, I'm a devil's advocate because I'm a man of
But
God
see,
now.
that's what-
So if anything,
True.
shouldn't you be paying for the plan B?
No,
No, still.
It's your fault.
No.
it's his cum.
You see? There you go.
Yo, is he just supposed to just like throw you off the bed? Be like, bitch.
Yes, just take it out.
I said no.
It's not that difficult.
Nah, because there's a woman that be like hugging the shit
Yo.
like around the waist.
That's a chapeadora though.
We're here till we die.
Yo, that's a chapeadora. Ariane, any comments on that? Whose fault it is,
I
etc.
still think it's the guy's fault because I feel like if you have raw sex with somebody, it's because you both agree to it. So it's like if you both agree to it, why would you come?
Ooh,
inside me?
that's a good point. Now, who controls sex?
Both.
Both. If it was a man's decision to have sex, I think a man would just have sex with every single person that they end up going on a date with. I think the woman ends up having sex because then there's charges if it's the man's decision.
True. Then you got a good point.
Oh,
You know
I'm
what?
a
I'm not gonna fight you on that one.
phenomenal host.
That was for the other question, ladies. How many males do you know how to communicate as well as Brian? That was your boy right there.
Yo, Poppy Tate. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so I mean, like, I think women end up controlling the sex, and then a man ends up controlling the relationships. You know what I'm saying? So then, just to capitalize on that, to make it even more spicy, guys, because we are on the After Hours show. A man ends up controlling a relationship. Okay, 9 times out of 10, let's not cap. It's 2023. A woman ends up giving it up, like maybe the first date, or maybe the third date, or the fourth date. Let's say, right? So, but the woman ends up giving up sex before the relationship. 9 times out of 10, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, after a woman ends up giving up the sex, then it's a man's job or duty to be like, all right, is this girl wifey material or not? Now, does he have to decide right after sex? No, he does not. But I think it's a woman's job to earn the points to be called wifey after sex. Because besides sex, what does a girl have to offer?
What does a man have to offer?
Well, I mean,
Because it goes both ways. This
Yeah.
is what gets me mad.
No.
Because it's like, okay, we had sex, cool. Now what you got to offer?
okay, so I mean,
Now you got to get brownie points too for a relationship with me. Because I don't know if you fucking crazy.
well,
just
I mean,
because you got good dick.
I mean, to provide is to provide the relationship to get wifed
Okay.
up. So since we have leverage to call you wifey or you not wifey, you have to earn the stripes of be calling wifey.
Vice versa.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Vice
No,
versa.
not vice versa. Because at the end of the day, a girl wins with the relationship. We don't care. We just got the pussy. We just had sex. It's cool. I won already.
I don't think
But then
that's
y'all want to
fair.
continue.
Well, I mean,
So
at the
who's
end of the
really
day,
in control?
listen, 9 times out of 10, if a guy that's in a higher tier, they end up having sex with just that girl once, the guy already won. Now, a brokey or a simp is going to be like, yo, I need to maintain this girl because, yo, like, I'm in a drought. You know, I'm not going to have sex with another girl until a week, a month, a year later. Yes or no?
I guess.
Ariane, well, do you have anything to comment on that?
No.
No? God damn.
Because that's me. I feel like that's just like machista. Like a guy saying that like only wants pussy and that's it. Like
But it's the same thing for a girl. Like a girl can just be like, no, I just want dick.
Exactly.
So it's
A
like,
girl
why
can
do
be
you
like
have
that.
to like put a title to it? Like, no, because woman's emotional, so she wants a relationship out of this. Like, no, I don't. I just want dick and that's it. Dick me down, and that's it. I want to go home.
That's exactly
Period.
This one was the next question.
What's the,
Well, that's
what's the
what it
next question,
is.
Michelle?
Because if a woman is able to not catch feelings from casual sex / friends with benefits situation, she is the exception because most women struggle with casual sex.
It's true. It's true. And
Right.
and it's funny because I've had this conversation with my girls, and I am the only one who says I can have sex with a guy and not have no attachments.
Wow.
But it's
Well, I mean, you
'cause
could
not
you could just
all
be an
women.
exception because most girls,
right.
most girls, they end up getting attached.
I don't think that's crazy.
No, but there is some women with like there is some women that they start getting attached, but there's something a man is doing for the woman to get attached. That's why I personally think. Because so like me personally, let's just say, because I can do just friends with benefits, no attachments, whatever. But if the guy is doing something more where it's like relationship wise or like for him to be noticed and I start getting attached, and he's doing something for me to get attached, to get feelings. But I'm gonna call him out and be like, "Why are you doing that? That's not the
not
contract."
part of the contract.
Like, right? Exactly.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna put them in the spot, and I'm gonna have a conversation.
But do you see yourself doing that just for the rest of your life? How like do you want to
No,
want to settle down at some
I
point?
want to settle down. Obviously, I'm not gonna fucking. So, seeing 50 years old, I'm having sex just casually around, like.
Right, because then you end up competing with like 21-year-olds, and that's tough, especially if you want like a successful man.
Exactly.
You know.
No, that's just. I'm just saying, like, if you just, like, let's just say you just got a relationship and you don't want to jump into another relationship, you just want to have fun, cool. Have your fun, but know that there's boundaries when it comes to that.
Do you think, third question, do you think a successful man who ends up having his finances together, like both of you guys said you guys wanted, do you think that ideal man cares about your track record or your experiences or your body count? You don't want, fuck it, let's just be raw. Your body count.
I don't think so. I don't think any
so
man
either.
cares.
No, not at all.
No, I feel like men do care. Like if you give a crazy number, they're gonna be like, oh.
But then they can have, like, mad bodies. I don't understand. And then we can't feel no type of way about that.
Okay, so let me say this. Let's say, we spoke about Chris Brown in my previous episode. Okay, Chris Brown or Michael B. Jordan. Let's not cap. This guy is successful. He's good looking. He's tall, etc. Mm-hmm. Let's not lie to ourselves. This guy is getting
Got
fucking
like-
ass cheeks
Got
left
like
and right.
2,000 counts right now.
Okay, and he has more DMs than you guys. Okay, now that being said, women still want this man for themselves. So I think at the end of the day, it does not matter if a man has a high body count or not. It's just the status. Bad Bunny, same fucking shit. Who else? Romeo Santos, same fucking shit. I'm sure they clapping cheeks left and right, but at the end of the day, there's still going to be women that are dying for them to get fucking wifed up by them. So it doesn't really matter if the body count is 100, 200, 300 girls, but I think it does matter if a girl ends up having a high body count. Because at the end of the day, from the beginning of the time, like virgins were like the most valuable, no?
I guess.
And don't you think it's like evolutionary? Like if like
you don't find that anywhere now.
a man and it's tough, man. Unless you go to like the Middle East or the other side of the world.
True.
It's crazy. Well, do you guys have any comments on that?
Is that how you feel?
I would completely settle down with a girl who has a low body count.
So you wouldn't if she had a high bike?
No. She could be perfect. She could
That's
be,
crazy.
How are you gonna know if she has a high or low body count?
What is she?
That's a perfect.
What if she lying?
That's a phenomenal question. At the end of the day, a man is never, for us guys out there, a man is never going to be 100% sure. However, we're all about probability and stats, statistics.
Okay. Multiply by 6. Okay, we got
Yeah,
it.
carry the 3, power to the power
So
of
the whole
2, right?
mathematics here.
Yeah, it's a fucking calculation. I'm fucking Jimmy Neutron. So, what I'm gonna say is, we're very perspicacious. We're very aware of our surroundings. So if a woman ends up carrying herself the wrong way, she's extremely flirtatious with other men, especially in front of you. She ends up having DMs 24/7, whether she's single or she's taken. She is not promoting that she's in a relationship. Like there's many signs, even physical signs, whether or not she has a high body count or not.
Hold on. You just got me here. If we're virtuous woman who is doing that same thing, who doesn't want to show you on her platform because her business is first, then how will you know if she's in that category of she's for everybody, not just for me?
Right. That's why I just made a face because I'm like,
Yeah.
even if a girl or a guy promotes you on their social media, they
you know
still
what?
gonna get DMs.
Ladies, that's a phenomenal point. And y'all think you caught me. But you guys did not catch me. All right? You guys did not get me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh my God.
When a man is in a relationship with a woman, okay? Let's say they're married. And again, probability 9 times out of 10 in generality. Don't apply to yourselves. In generality, 9 times out of 10 a woman is going to end up giving up her job or making her job part-time to take care of her kids. A man ends up being the breadwinner.
Mm-hmm.
A man stays full-time. And a man ends up being let's say, the head of the relationship to make it, a little bit friendlier for Instagram and YouTube. Okay? I don't want to say alpha because that's so, like,
I mean, that's what you're mentioning, but
masculine,
okay.
right? I'm just being sarcastic. But at the end of the day, like 9 times out of 10, that's what happens. A woman could be successful. She could be a lawyer. She could be, an accountant, XYZ. She ends up being Miss Six Figures. But again, like we said, a woman ends up dating up or at least equal. So a man who ends up making that same amount of money, they end up getting together. They're dating. They move in together. They end up popping a kid because the man can't even hold his cum, right? Or they end up getting married. A man is not going to stay home. There's exceptions, but a man's not going to stay home because at the end of the day, a kid is going to need the mom. You guys are evolutionarily nurturers.
I dated a man that was okay with staying home.
That's an exception. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's an exception.
I think
But
that's what he tried to say 9 times out of 10.
But 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be like that. So again, a woman ends up adapting to a man's lifestyle, and I think that capitalizes on what you said, Ariani, before, where the woman ends up kind of like supporting a man's goals. Like it's a woman's job to kind of like support what the man is trying to achieve in life. You know what I'm saying? Like if a man has a goal of building an empire, and then a woman has a goal of building an empire, and they end up popping a kid, someone's gonna have to give up that dream, and that's a harsh reality. It's not fair.
Always the woman.
It's always the woman. But again, it's because the kid. It's not the guy's fault, but again, it's the kid who ends up needing the mom more than the father. They're both very important.
It's whoever is home more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've seen kids attach more to their dads than the mom.
Of course, because the man's never home because he's breaking his back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was the last question. My iPad died, Michelle's. Is there any questions on the chat before we end up closing up and then sharing these beautiful ladies' experiences?
How or what do you know what that guy has to offer before having sex with him?
Ooh,
That was a good question.
that was a good question. Damn, I don't even know. Ariani.
I don't feel like Yeah, you don't know when you're gonna have sex with somebody. Like after, because you said like nine times out of 10, like you have sex first and then get into a relationship. So I don't think you don't, when you're gonna fuck a guy just to fuck him, you don't really care about that. I think so.
It's just Brad is hot.
Yeah, it's just
Brad is hot in the bar, and you're just like, fuck it.
fuck it.
What about you, Milda?
I mean, to me, it's like if I'm gonna give it up, I'm at least have to know the man. So it's like I need to know something about him, have some type of like, okay, we connect somewhere, for me to like just give it up. Because there's guys that I've never had a connection, and they wanting to, and I'm there like, fuck no, like. So it's like for me, it's connection. If there's some type of connection where we can talk for like days. Or just some type of connection, I go from there.
I love that. That's good. That's a good quality. Not many girls have that, especially in 2023.
That's true.
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
What type of girls you know?
and then at the end of the day, you know, like those type of girls, because they end up making up most of the population out there. You know what I'm saying? And I think those type of women end up killing chivalry. You know what I'm saying? Michelle, is there any other questions? No, that's it. Ladies, what did you guys think about the podcast? Did you guys learn anything? Was I a good host? Why don't we start off with Milda?
First off, yes, you're a great host. I can say that we kind of pick minds on one another, especially I think me and you, we bumped heads a little bit, which I like because it's just conversations that like gets me excited.
Yeah, listen, that's what makes a podcast. Like, imagine I have a guest that thinks like me. Like, the conversation ends up being boring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
would you ever come again?
Yeah, I would.
Perfect.
I really would.
So if you guys pop off, man, like if listen again, if the audience end up requesting, you know, because they're the people that are saying like who's the hit, who's not.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So you know, I'm keeping note. I have a notepad of who to invite back.
Okay.
Ariani.
Yes.
What did you think about the show? Did you like the show? Did you learn anything?
Yes, I loved it. It's my first time being on a podcast. You're really fun. I like talking. I thought it was gonna be more difficult, but no, it's cool.
Very easy, right?
I'll come back. And I like it. Like, I know, like, there's always people that are not gonna have the same opinion, but that doesn't mean like they can't get along.
Yeah, listen, it's all about, you know, respectfully having a conversation, having an intelligent conversation, and, you know, at the end of the day, having respect for the host and having respect for the guests. Because there's a lot of podcasts out there that, you know, a guest end up disagreeing with the host, and then they're like, yo, get out. And it's like, yo, like, the fuck?
So that's definitely something I recently learned through a podcast that I've heard. And the guy was saying, like, you can disagree with me, but there's no need for you to convince me to know, like, to be on your footsteps, pretty much. Right. So, like, yes, we can agree, but you're not going to convince me.
Yeah, or, like, we could agree to disagree, you know what I mean? Or, like, you know, you could be like me who has the answers to everything. Because you guys thought you caught me, but you guys didn't. But listen, what I like to do as a tradition is take a small little mini shot as a toast for coming here onto my podcast. It's a tradition, so you guys have to do it, even if it's like a little mini shot. Yeah, Milda.
Yes, because I go to the gym at 5 a.m.
No le tengo miedo. Es tequila. Clase azul.
This is Nini?
Exactly.
I always thought that was like
Me too.
Oh, aguardiente?
Me too.
That's just disgusting.
But yeah.
because it looks like it.
And it's so strong. With one shot, you're good. You're lit.
All right, ladies, salud. I appreciate the time. You guys were fun. I would love to have you guys here again. And guys, that's a cap. Whew, I just screwed some chest here. Guys, that's a cap. If you guys are interested in coming onto my podcast for one-on-one, you guys have to own your own business. You have to be an entrepreneur, and you guys have to have a great story. Okay, and if you guys want to come to the after hour show, there's only ladies, and you guys have to be as outgoing, as social, and as nice as these lovely young ladies.
And pretty.
And pretty as well. Yeah, definitely. Because that gets the likes, guys. I love you all, and that's a wrap, guys.